Hello and welcome to Expert Age, a thought leadership initiative by Quadrant Knowledge Solutions. I am Ajinkya Ingle, your host for today's insightful discussion. Expert Age is designed to bring together industry leaders and our experienced analysts to explore the critical topic within the information and technology domain, offering their valuable perspectives and knowledge sharing. And today, we are going to have an engaging panel discussion on the market dynamics and technology trends of customer loyalty solutions. We will explore the past, present, and the future of the CLS market, shedding light on how it has evolved over the years and what we can expect moving forward. And to have this discussion today, we are thrilled to have with us Jim Sturm, a loyalty industry expert with over 25 years of experience. Jim has held prominent roles as a consultant, CEO, and industry advisor in the MarTech industry. Currently serving as a senior executive and advisor at Capillary Tech, Jim brings a wealth of knowledge and experience from his previous role, including president of Yes Marketing and CEO of Burley Partners. Joining Jim from Quadrant Knowledge Solutions, we have Shruti Jadhav, Vice President and Principal Analyst for Customer Experiences, and Palika Jacob S, Analyst Customer Experiences at Quadrant Knowledge Solutions. Jim, Shruti, and Palika, welcome to Expertage. Now, without further ado, I will hand over this conversation to Palika. Over to you, Palika.
Thank you, Ajinkya, for the introduction. And thank you, Jim, for joining our Expert Ed session. It's great to have you here, especially after a collaboration on the Spark research, where obviously Capillary was recognized as a leader in the Quadrant Spark metrics. So, congratulations on that achievement, first of all. And during the process, I thought, with your extensive expertise in the loyalty space, you would be the perfect person to get on this Expert Edge call to discuss the market. So during our research, actually, we uncovered a wealth of qualitative and quantitative insights. So which was highlighted in the report, as you have seen. So one key takeaway is the impressive growth projection for the customer loyalty solutions market, which is expected to grow at a CAGR of 12.6% by 2028. So to dive deeper into the world of loyalty solutions, let's start with the basic. And since Jim, you have been in this market for a long time, you can take up the evolution part.
Happy to do so. First of all, Palika and Ajinkya and Shruti, thank you for asking me to participate. I'm excited to be here, and it's been a pleasure meeting all of you over the last few months. Yeah, the loyalty industry is really very interesting. So, as a way of past, I grew up as a technology geek. I was writing code and got a little tired of that, and by chance circumstance got involved in the loyalty industry. And it's a fascinating industry because it's really about how to motivate human beings. The one thing I've learned throughout my years of being on this earth is that as human beings, we are all very, very, very similar no matter where we live across the globe. And loyalty programs are really around understanding human beings and what motivates human beings, and brands really establishing relationships with human beings. These programs began long ago. I'll go back to the 1800s, where wherever you lived in the world, there was a general store, someone was selling something, and they wanted to keep selling whatever they were selling and realized my best opportunity is to keep an existing relationship I have with a consumer. So these programs began long ago, but they became very sophisticated probably around the 1980s when the airlines and the hotels realized it was a very competitive market, and they wanted to see that their customers kept coming back and kept buying more. So the airlines and the hotels and the travel industry really started the concept of what we understand today as the modern loyalty type strategies. Historically, these began as points or spend and get. In other words, spend a certain amount and you'll earn something. So they were do and get. Okay, very, very simple, very straightforward, and that's where it all began. So these spend and get or points-based programs were the beginning. And then, as with everything else in life, we learn, we observe, and we improve. So then what became added to these programs is tiers were added. And then A lot of brands started to blend in things like engagement, where the more a consumer not only purchased but engaged with my brand, the more I would be willing as a brand to reward them. So over the back in the 1980s, again, it began in travel transportation industry, quickly evolved into the retail industry. And today, every brand everywhere, whether it's a direct to consumer, B2C brand, or even B2B brands, all have some type of loyalty initiative. These initiatives have all built upon each other. They've learned from each other and have grown significantly. Some of the best examples today are things like Amazon Prime, where you not only earn, but it's subscription based. So you prepay and you earn tremendous amounts of benefits. So there's lots of examples of loyalty programs. And the industry has really evolved significantly, and technology is a key play. So, what began long ago as a human-to-human relationship now is being greatly enabled by technology. But historically, that's kind of the background, and that's where the industry started. And today, it's become very advanced. And we're going to talk about the future in a minute, but artificial intelligence and data monetization are really key features as brands move forward.
So yeah, thank you, Jim, for that insights on evolution part of the customer loyalty solutions market. So as you told, trying to understand the trends in customer loyalty solutions, I came across a lot of them. So for example, AI-driven insights, personalization, omni-channel engagement, community building, blockchain and NFT integrations, and experiential rewards, and so on. But I have identified two mega trends in this market, which is AI-based innovation and emotional loyalty. I think this covers most of the trends that we see today. So first up, let's talk about AI-based innovations in the customer loyalty space. So as we all know, artificial intelligence is transforming the way businesses approach customer loyalty. So some of the key trends that we're seeing in the AI area is, first of all, the hyper-personalization. So to create this personalized customer experience, AI-driven algorithms are leveraged to analyze customer data so that they can offer highly personalized recommendations, product suggestions, and tailored content to create customer experience for each individual. And even the pricing can be tailored based on the customer behavior and the demand and various other variables, which ensures that the best price is provided for each individual. And using these customer insights, I think they can also design and deliver individualized marketing messages and offers, making each interaction more relevant and engaging to the customer. So the second thing that we see in the AI innovation is obviously the analytics part. So the first thing that we see in the analytics thing is the predictive analytics, which leverages AI to forecast the customer behaviors, such as churn predictions or lifetime value estimations, which helps businesses to stay ahead of the customer needs. And utilizing natural language processing or NLP, businesses are able to gauge customer sentiments from reviews or social media or any feedback, textual feedback. And this provides valuable insights into customer feelings and opinions. And the last but the most interesting advancement that we see in AI is obviously the generative AI part of it, wherein we see chatbots and virtual assistants and also voice assistants. So this has enhanced the customer support and engagement for the businesses through sophisticated AI chatbots, which are capable of understanding and responding to complex queries. And with integrating the voice activated AI, it's able to facilitate hands-free interactions, which are improving customer convenience and accessibility. And obviously, if we're talking about Gen AI, we have to talk about content creation, which by using generative AI, we are able to produce personalized content, emails, and social media posts automatically. So in conclusion, I think AI-based innovations are revolutionizing the customer loyalty landscape by helping businesses to create meaningful connections with their customers by anticipating their needs. And that is how they're able to deliver tailored experiences that drive long-term loyalty. And talking about emotional loyalty, I think Shruti, you can take this up.
Sure, Palika. Thanks for those insights. And thanks, Jim, for shedding light on the evolution part. And, definitely, I think emotional loyalty is a crucial segment for the loyalty space. And it's all about creating strong and personal connection between a brand and its customers. So, like Jim mentioned, how this market has evolved. But it's again, I think the greatest difference I see right now is it's just not during the purchase stage or during the post purchase stage where the loyalty comes into the picture. It comes across the entire customer's journey, right? And it's just not about rewarding, repeat purchases, but about building genuine relationships that make customers feel valued and understood. And I think in today's market, where customers have so many choices, I think emotional loyalty is definitely one game changer in the loyalty space. And a lot of obviously during the research also we saw these different loyalty solution providers or technology providers, and also how brands are working on the loyalty programs, right? And they are trying to bring in elements like gamification, and where basically they are trying to create loyalty programs or introduce game like elements such as points, badges, and leaderboards to make loyalty programs more engaging and fun for the customers. The other is the interactive challenges also. So where creating challenges and missions for customers to participate or compete for the rewards, which again drives deeper engagement and interaction. Social sharing is also one thing that we saw, which encourages customers to share their achievements and rewards on social media, which fosters a sense of community and competition. Um, then also the other part is experiential rewards, which is again one way to boost the emotional loyalty, right? Which includes offering unique experiences such as VIP events or early access to new products, behind the scenes tours as rewards, making customers feel valued and special. Personalized experiences. Now, all this I think again boils down to actually personalizing those experiences, creating those personalized loyalty programs such as personalized trips. Like there's so many brands doing that out there, right? So personalized trips or maybe custom products, which enhance the personal connection with the brand. And yeah, also I think building emotional bonds by offering rewards that resonate on a personal level, such as charitable donations or made in customer's name and all of that. So there's so many ways I think brands can foster the emotional loyalty. And I think by integrating these AI based innovations and emotional loyalty strategies, businesses can create comprehensive and effective customer loyalty programs that not only retain customers but also foster long-term relationships. So, now going back to what Jim mentioned, right, about the evolution, and you also did talk about a few trends. So, I have a question for Jim, we also know, loyalty just does not work at one stage now, but it's across the entire customer's journey. So, Jim, according to you, what are the essential elements or tools, which can help brands deliver a very holistic customer experience in terms of loyalty? So what are some of the key things that brands should take care of? Because now loyalty does not just mean for it does not restrict only to customer engagement, but actually it's part of the customer experience altogether. So it is all about offering that holistic customer experience. So we would love to hear from you how brands can work on that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's so fascinating to listen to both of you, because I talked about the evolution, and people think of loyalty programs as very simple, right? I go buy 9 things and I get the 10th free, or I earn some points. And listening to both of you, and this industry has evolved so significantly. It is amazing. And Palika, you're right. You mentioned a lot of things happening in the industry, but focused on 2, AI and emotional loyalty. And Shruti, to your point, in the past, there was a lot of promotional things that are happening. Promotional things are like bribery. It's a very simple, okay, come today and get 10% off. It's a one-time thing, it's promotional, and you get deal seekers. Emotional loyalty means people are like your brand and they're emotionally attached to your brand, and therefore they're going to come back. Not because of simple one-time promotions, but because of your product is a good product. They love your product and they love your brand, and they feel they get value. So it's a mutual value exchange. This concept of value exchange is really important. You know, the tools that are essential, all of this discussion we've had, the best AI, the best tools in the world, none of it works unless you have data. Okay, unless you have consumer data. So the two critical elements of enabling all this is, number one, establishing a strategy. What's the strategy going to be? How do we engage our customer? How do we as a brand engage our customer? Establish a relationship. This is a business relationship, and there's parallels and similarities to personal relationships. The more we know about each other as human beings, the better our relationship is. So establishing loyalty programs really is a very great way of gathering all this rich data, enabling and gathering more and more of this rich data. That data is the foundation of every loyalty program, of every initiative. AI is not going to work unless it has data to analyze, okay? And so it starts with data. That once you have this data, it becomes tools. Where are you going to keep the data? How is it going to be used across the enterprise to make sure there's a consistent experience that a consumer has? So number two is making sure this experience is consistent. And then number three is deploying really highly personalized communications and initiatives between a brand and a consumer. You know, I talk about, and Palika, you mentioned the word predictive. There's four phases of analytics. There's descriptive and diagnostic. In other words, we get dashboards as brands. We understand purchase pattern behaviors, and then we have diagnostic of why are we seeing good things happen here and not so good things happening over there. We're able to do and act upon all that. Then you get into predictive behavior. Predictive behavior is advanced analytics, and it used to be done by human beings. Human beings would run data models and try to predict consumer behavior. Well, they would end up predicting things 3 months after the fact. AI allows us to do predictions immediately, predicting consumers' likelihood to purchase, likelihood to engage, how well offers are working. And then the final phase of analytics is prescriptive. Prescriptive is where the platform itself is making recommendations. So in today's world, the last comment I'll make is, so you must have data consistently used across, you must have a consistent consumer experience, you must then start to deploy sophistication and AI type tools. And once you're allowing the tool to prescribe and recommend best practices in your program, now you're really finely tuned. Too many people today think of AI as content generation. That's really the very basics of AI. The very advanced nature of AI is predictive insights, allowing machine learning to predict consumer behavior, and then the machine or AI or the loyalty infrastructure to prescribe best practices.
Absolutely. Can't agree more on this, Jim. Very well said. So thanks, Jim, for, coming and, sharing your insights with us today. It's a pleasure talking to you always, and we get to learn so many things from you always from the loyalty space. So thank you for that. And Ajinkya, over to you.
There's one more thing I want to add.
Sure, of course.
We need to look to the future, and I call it loyalty as a business. So. Okay. Loyalty as a business is where the program is not just driving your consumer to buy more for you, but you're actually using the loyalty program to establish partnerships. And the airlines have done this extremely well. The last story I'll give you is long ago, I learned that an American Airlines is a very large airline here in the United States. And the loyalty program of American Airlines is actually worth more than the business of selling tickets itself. So, the final thing I say is, once you've deployed all these best practices, all this rich data, all this tremendous technology and AI, you then need to think about, how do I use all this insights I have to create the concepts of loyalty as a business? And maybe we can talk about that next time we have a session. So thank you.
Totally. Thanks for highlighting that example for the alliance industry, and we will definitely connect again and learn more aspects of a loyalty space from you. So nice talking to you, Jim, and thank you so much. Ajinkya, over to you.
Thank you, Jim, Shruti, and Palika for an engaging and insightful discussion. Your valuable perspectives on the market dynamics and technology trends of customer loyalty solutions. And I would also like to thank you to our audience who has joined us for today's expertise. I hope that it has been a session of informative and thought-provoking. Stay tuned for more such conversations with the industry leaders and experts. Until next time, keep exploring and stay ahead in the information and technology domain. Goodbye.